like we're all riding on this bus, and it's going downhill, and the brakes aren't working, and we don't know what to do. Well, we're all riding on this bus. This is the only place we got. And if something happens to it, we're in deep trouble. And we don't know how the brakes work, and we don't know how many of the other elements that go with it work as well. Now there is a date coming up, 12/21/2012. A lot of people are going to be talking about this date for the next year and a half, and a lot of people have a lot of misunderstandings about what it actually means. It's actually the terminal time of a 26,000-year cycle that our solar system has been moving through. And on this particular date, that cycle will come to an end, and then it'll begin again. Now, we're not really sure what's going to happen on that cycle, but something I discovered by just looking at the numbers, this happens to be a Fibonacci sequence. That's a very strange occurrence, and I checked to see if there were any other dates that could possibly be Fibonacci sequences, and there are only two others. One is 18 days prior to this, on the 3rd of December 2012, and the other one only takes place about the 5th year after Jesus was born, and that could quite possibly be his birthday. This particular date is a Fibonacci series because in the Fibonacci series, the number that precedes it adds to it and it makes the next number. So 1 added to 2 makes 3, 3 added to 2 makes 5, 3 added to 5 makes 8, etc. 5 and 8 make 13. If you look at the date, it is a Fibonacci series. 1, 2, 3, 5. It means that our world is entering a very strange date, which has lots and lots of not yet well understood consequences. A Fibonacci sequence is how nature actually does things. It's the way a shell builds. It's the way trees grow and limbs are positioned around the tree and leaves around a plant. It's the mathematics of God. And when that particular mathematics is used, it's at the core of all nature. Even the way the galaxy moves and the way the planets are in orbit around the sun has a lot to do with Fibonacci sequences. But why this particular date? It happens to also be a date in which several other things tend to occur, and one of them being that our solar system is going to line up with the exact center of our galaxy, which is the cycle that completes on that particular date. It is the date in which the solar system, our sun, our planets line up with the exact center of the galaxy, and this happens only once every 26,000 years. We know of no civilization anywhere, any records that date back that far, that tell us how this particular experience has been endured in the past. Now, I've been studying this 2012 phenomenon for a long time. And I'm very concerned because this is the bus we're riding on, and if it's going to head for a crash, we need to know as much about it as we can. We don't know exactly what this means with the galaxy and the solar system lining up every 26,000 years because we have no civilization that has recorded this event that we can rely on or have any proof of. We know it's going to happen, it's a scientific fact, and this particular date of 12/21/2012 does mean something is going to happen. The biggest problem is that nobody can say for sure. So what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to base this information on science and probability. There are a lot of people who think everything is going to be just fine, nothing is going to happen at all. I doubt that because this is a very, very interesting date. For it to be a Fibonacci sequence and for it to have only two other dates in 2015 years to be the same is, to say the least, rare. But it also has other aspects about it. The tarot even predicts what's going to happen on this day. There are just too many things coming together. I am writing a series of articles that are in greater depth on spiritualu.eu/, which is out of France if you want to get more depth on the subject. But I am very, very, very concerned because there are many, many, many systems interacting with this bus. The tires, the water, the people on it, the gas amount, all of these things are like this bus itself. It has many different systems that are interacting, and we simply do not yet know what this effect is going to be. But be aware, we're only 1.5 years from that date, and soon we'll begin to see sequence of events that are going to scare a lot of people. So if you really want to know more or less what's likely, check out those articles I'm writing on this subject. Remember, it is very, very rare for any date to be a Fibonacci sequence, and that there are only 3 since Christ was born, and 2 of them are 18 days apart, suggests something should be noticed.